You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. So, quick announcement. Welcome to a set of lost episodes. This is had a little bit of time on the feed for the end of the month here. So I want to get these two in there. I think I can fit two on this one. We'll see. Either going to be episode 34 and 35 or just 34. Hopefully both. Got to squeeze it in an hour. But don't forget we have December 8th. We have the 12-hour podcast for cystic fibrosis coming up. Should have a link soon. I got to finish that up today. It'll be directly through the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So we got to be donating directly through them this year, and no going through us in any way, just directly through there, just to make it a little simpler for everybody, especially us. And we'll be able to track it through that. So that'll be coming up at December 8th, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe we decided on. Maybe an hour one way or the other, depending. So stay tuned for that. And here is episode 34. Hello. I am back. It's Michael, Skyrim Addict. We have some new artwork for this episode, thanks to the fantastic Claire. You can check out all of her stuff on Etsy. It's, I believe, Maya Fire Prints, which is M-A... Wait, hold on, let me get that right. M-A-I-A. That's M-A-I-A-F-I-R-E Prints. I think if you search Maya Fire Etsy, it'll pop up, but I will put a link in the show notes. Otherwise, I've been... I played some about a week ago. I've been in and out of town and had stuff going on, so I had a bunch of playtime about a week or so ago that I got in, and where I continued my quest to continued my legendary guy. I think I'm going away this week. I think when I get back, I might get back into a little bit of Oblivion again, because I haven't played that in a while. I still got that game going, so I want to get on that. As far as ESO, since I know that is out, a couple things. First, I think I'm going to play on Xbox One when it comes out, because I'm a console player. And I thought cost-wise it was most effective for me. So I think I'll probably be doing Xbox One once they announce that. Secondly, once I find Sherry's guild name, I will give it out. I got to look it up because I don't have it handy. And I'm going to have to double check on that. So, yeah, she has a guild for ESO. So if you want to check that out. Oh, gosh, I got to find it. All right. Well, I'll talk about the other stuff while I look for it. So anyway, I was, let's see, I left off, forget what I was doing. Anyway, I kind of wondered, I was heading from, last time I recall, I was heading from Windhelm, or I was heading to Windhelm, I believe. I think I went to Riften at some point. What the hell was I doing? Oh, yeah, you know what I did? I did start kind of Dark Brotherhood because I killed Greylod, is that her name? In the orphanage. I killed her, so I was in Riften for that. And then I wandered my way up to Windhelm and then did a few little things there, nothing significant. Because I was there. Oh, yeah, I went there first, obviously, to get the quest. Duh. I've only played it 100 times. So I kind of did that and back to Riften and all, but that was just kind of little stuff. Anyway, I wandered up to, I guess going back and forth between there, I ended up at Cradle Crush Rock. Yeah, it's like a giant area. And a dragon attacked. So I was fortunate. I was able to use the giant as my tank against the dragon. And I must have shot like 40 elven arrows at the frost dragon before before I was even able to kill it. It was ridiculous. And at the end, I kind of had to kill both the giant and the dragon, kind of take their life down at the same amount of time, because of, I didn't want the giant coming after me. So that was that whole thing. Yeah, so I had that battle. I ended up, so I traveled from Windhelm. I was heading up to the college because I wanted to get the invisibility spell. That's what I was doing. Now I remember. So I was going to work my way up there to get the invisibility spell before I started Dawnguard, because I thought that would be kind of important. Because the vampires are really hurting me right now with that life suck spell. So I figured if I can be invisible, it'd be real helpful. So I got up there, did the whole walkthrough at the beginning of the college, and went and bought a few spells, including the invisibility. So on my way up there, I stopped at, I wandered past that area kind of where Boethiah's is, and Trader's Post is there. Not Trader, Traitors. That's like a 2-story house with some bandits, but you can't get to the second story without climbing up the rocks in the back, and if you're not careful, you can get stuck in the corner and never get out. That kind of happened a few times. And also up the road, there's this like little abandoned fort watchtower thing where there's a bunch of trolls. So usually when you get there, the bandits are battling the trolls. But right now, what did I have? What enchantment did I have on my bow? I think I had a stupid shock on there, which was a dumb idea. And I switched it to fire. So I have a fire bow and a soul trap bow because I find fire is much, I like it better. Get that extra damage, especially with the trolls. So, yeah, battling them was not necessarily all that easy. I let the trolls take care of the bandits, but I went up. What I did is I went up on the roof of Trader's Post and kind of picked them all off where they couldn't get me. Both the bandits as they were battling the trolls, and then looted Trader's Post and went up and looted the other thing where the trolls were. I went up and started Boethiah's thing, met up there, didn't really do anything, just kind of wandered up there, talked to the person I needed to talk to up there, and, continued that quest on. And so from there, I wandered a little further north as I was heading to the college, and got into, what's that, Ingol Barrow, the YNGOL Barrow. I guess that would be Ingol. That's what I would assume it would be anyway. So I wandered up there. So in this one, I didn't really have a quest. So apparently, and now I have, so I didn't have a quest, but then I got a quest later for it. And so now I have 2 coral dragon claws. So there's that. Anyway, I went through it. Some good some little puzzles in there. You get the puzzle door, the rotating stones. This is the one with the rotating stones or pillars or whatever you want to call them. Where there's 4 of them, or there's 3 of them in the room, and there's a throne. So you, like the one, it's like a waterfall, and the other one's all jungly or grassy or something, and the other one has real windy in it. So you can kind of figure out what's supposed to be what. So get through there, get to the puzzle door, get through there. And then you have to battle Ingol's Shade to get the helm. So basically, when you go into this room, he's sitting in the throne, but then his shade gets up. And there's 4 giant columns in this room. So basically what I did was, I didn't have invisibility yet at this point. This is before I got to the college. So I hid behind the one on the left side, the first one, and would just kind of sneak around, hit him in the back, sneak around as he came looking for me. I'd sneak around the other side of the column. This went on for like a half hour. It took a little bit of time. But, yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little more powerful with the bow and stuff, but still, and it does take a while on Legendary. It can be tedious at times, but I like it better than the one-shotting hard people. So it's been more fun, kind of rejuvenated a little bit. So I just kind of did a lot of sneaking, sneak around the column, sneak around the post. Actually, it's a big column. So you're able to hide pretty easily. So that took a while, but I got through there. And then headed up to that shipwreck with all the bandits, just kind of like east of there, the wreck of the Winter War. So over there, what I did, there's like kind of a rock outcropping. It's kind of crashed into, and there's a bunch of bandits on there, and the ship's broken in half. You can go around like the backside of the outcropping and shoot the bandits. It's a pretty good shot, pretty good distance. But they won't see you, and they won't come find you on that side of the outcropping generally. So what I did was, kind of sat in that area, snuck back around behind the outcropping, and just kind of picked them off as best I could. Got some good gear there. There's, some... What is in there? There was like a lock-picking book. And, some other stuff in there. Nothing too special. I don't know why I went to that one. I just kind of ended up there. And I was like, yeah, I remembered it was out there, so I just kind of wandered over there and did it. But those were just kind of the things I had ticked off for this time. So I do have some feedback for this episode. Let me pull that up. Yeah, I think hopefully I'll get some play time in soon. It's going to be tough. I will not be near my Xbox for a bit. Hopefully maybe next week I'll get some in. That's my plan anyway. And then hopefully there'll be an announcement for the ESO on consoles. That would be awesome. So, all right, the first feedback here is from Blake. So check it out. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to check it out too.
No, you make me fool so down. Call my inner dragon. Knock you down the stairs with. Knock you off the mountain. Fall down now. 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 Don't forget to say Foos Row. Don't forget to say Foos Row. Foos Row now. Foos Row now. Shout the cows now, baby.
Hey, everybody. It's Blake, a.k.a. Tesser here with part 2 of my I Have a Skyrim Addiction minicast. I've been playing a lot here this weekend with my Khajiit, my archer/sneaky Khajiit. I'm up to level 29 now. Enchanting is at 38, smithing is 43, and alchemy is at 48. And Michael, I've heard you talk about working on smithing and working on enchanting and leveling it up. Man, I'm having a ton of trouble. Well, I was having a ton of trouble with smithing, at least until I started working on the Lakeview Manor house and started crafting all the iron knobs and doodads and fizzle wazzles and all that stuff. So that seemed to really boost it up a lot. Doing mostly bows, archery, and sneaking. Archery is at 74, and sneaking is at 73. So not too far from 100, it only being level 29, so that's a little personal satisfaction for myself. I started work through some of the main quests still. I stopped on the diplomatic immunity quest. That's where Delphine sends me to meet Melbourne in Solitude to get ready to go to the stupid Thalmor party. And when I got to that quest, I kind of decided I don't really want to do that quest right now. So I've been straying now from the main quest line and just been out exploring. Keep finding just tons of stuff that I missed on my first playthrough. By level 29, I think, where I'm at now, I was finishing my first playthrough, so missed a ton. Got all the DLC, I think I said that last time, but I haven't touched any of it yet but Hearthfire, and that's all I've done. Started building Lakeview Manor. The house is 90% done. I think I've got everything on the house. The actual house itself, built. Still working on some of the interior stuff. Haven't picked a wife yet or adopted any kids. I'm trying to wait until I get some more of the furnishings done inside the house. I do have a what's it called? One of the people that gets slave to you. Anyway, I've got one of those hanging out at the house. I was like, hey, you just stay here. And she kind of hangs out. It's, I forget where I got her from. Red Guard woman. Rhea, I think. Anyway, she's kind of hanging out in the house, handling stuff there for me. So, at Lakeview. Let's see. With Andrew, his last playthrough with Poit, seeing him max out everything was pretty impressive. And I'm thinking that's what I want to do, because I feel like if you maxed out everything, you could say, I completed Skyrim. And I'm also going through hopefully I want to discover every location before I move on to Dragonborn or Dawnguard. But I don't know. I can always come back if I need to on this character. I put on the in the group that I was having trouble with in one of the display cases, a large display case in the house. I wanted to put all the gems that I collected. You know, the only thing I've really seen those are good for, at least as far as I know, is crafting jewelry. And I really didn't have any desire to craft jewelry, so I'm just dumping all the gems into containers. Well, I was. So I was putting them all in like a basket. And then I'd leave, and I'd come back, and they'd all be out of the basket, all on the floor. Or if I took them out of a trunk and put them in the basket, then they were all back in the trunk. And I was like, well, this is a bummer. I thought you could leave stuff out like you wanted it. Well, I found out there's a trick to it. And if you want to display your stuff, at least, out in the open and on the PC. I don't know how it is on the Xbox, but on the PC. So if I want to display my gems in the display case and have them stay, I have to take them out of my inventory, drop them on the floor, then walk out of the house, come back in, pick them up one at a time, put them in the display case, save the game, then walk out of the house. After you save it, if you go out of the house a second time and come back in, they all stay in there. I don't know if that's a bug or maybe it's supposed to do that, thinking you accidentally put it somewhere. I don't know, but that's the only way I can get everything to stay how it is. And I'm thinking about doing a video once I finish Lakeview, just doing like a house tour and posting it to the group and showing my gem and collection. And I'm saving all the rings and necklaces and stuff like that. I loot off bodies, and I'm putting them all in a separate display case, just showing my Khajiit side, I guess, showing all the stuff I've looted, all the valuable stuff I've looted off these bodies. But I'll try and wrap it up real quick. Let's see. I started the Stormcloaks quest line. I sided with Stormcloaks this time. Completely different than what I played last time with the Imperials. I like it so far. The only problem I had with it, at least a morality choice for me, was when we took over Whiterun, seeing Jarl Balgruuf being taken out of power kind of sucked. And as we went out there up to Dragon's Reach and got him to surrender, having to walk back through the town, just kind of looking around and knowing that I was shooting arrows into Whiterun guards and seeing the town on fire, it was kind of disheartening, and I kind of felt a little bad. But now it's Stormcloaks everywhere in Whiterun. But yeah, shooting the Whiterun guards was kind of a bummer. So, but that's it. That's all I got for this time. Level 29, still working my way up. Hoping to max some stuff out here pretty soon. But if anybody else wants to share their stories, we'd love to hear it. And thanks for your time.
That's a good tip. I had the same problem with Lakeview. I would try this one playthrough. I was, trying to display stuff. And I had that problem where you kind of, you try and display it and you come back and it's like all over the place. And so I have to try that tip there and see how that works out on the console. Because, I said I did spend all this time. I laid stuff out. I had it where I wanted it. And then I come back in and it's like somebody just like ran through there with a damn tornado or something. As far as it reminded me of something because he was speaking about DLC. So yeah, I did get started on Dawnguard. I completely forgot about this. So I did get down to Riften again. Wandered out to. I was walking over to Fort Dawnguard. Through the cave entrance there. Got out to Snowshot Farm and ran into a little issue where there were a couple bears. They killed me. So I ran back to the farm really quick the next time and let the guards that hang out there kill them. So then I'm leaving again and here's a spriggan, and it kills me. So then I run away again, and I hide in the grain mill while I let the guards take care of it and shoot arrows from behind the grain mill. Then I go out again, and there's a wood elf who's like conjuring all kinds of crap, familiars. He's conjuring frost atronachs. So once again, I ran into the mill and shot from afar and ran and hid. And finally, I got on the road to Fort Dawnguard, not through the cave yet, just heading towards the cave. And here's a bandit battling a conjurer on the road. And I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. So I snuck as best I could and got the hell out of there without either of them detecting me, and finally made my way to Fort Dawnguard. Also have some feedback here from Andrew. Oh, and I got to turn
Cast Addiction Minicast.
Sorry about that.
Hi, everybody. This is Andrew from the A Skyrim Addict podcast Facebook page, and I wanted to take a minute to introduce the backstory to my new character, Mazal van Snickelfritz. Mazal van Snickelfritz is the result of ancient Dwemer experimentation. A fluid combination of animunculus oil and Dwemer blood courses through her veins and steam-driven circuitry. She is a robot constructed from Dwemer technology, but birthed via organic means with a distinct purpose in mind: to eliminate the ancestors of the time-jumping half-snow elf Filthalbor, who is responsible for the disappearance of the Dwemer population from modern-day Skyrim. Filthalbor, the half-snow elf, is the offspring of Tenfor Vici and a mysterious unnamed female snow elf, who at the time was thought to be the last of her kind in all of Tamriel. Inspired by his mother's hatred for all things Dwemer, Filthalbor went out to learn to become Sightflod, the master of the space-time continuum, through the study of the mysterious arcane parchments known as the Elder Scrolls. Filthalbor mastered his feat and had his vengeance upon the Dwemer people for enslaving his ancestors, the Snow Elves, and converting them into the betrayed, blind, subservient beasts known as the Falmer, who still lurk in the ruins of former Dwemer glory. It is Mazal's duty to ensure that Filthalbor Vici never comes to be by eliminating his grandmother Vittoria Vici, when an opening presents itself while attention is turned to other matters. Infiltrating the Vici family has been an impossibility for all of time, but an opportunity has suddenly presented itself when defenses are severely dwindled due to a bloody and long-lasting civil war between the Empire and Stormcloaks. Despite all the horrible fighting, Vittoria, who owes allegiances to the Empire, is destined to marry Asgyr Snowshod, a Stormcloak devotee, which is hoped to help bring about the end of the war. Mazal must seize the moment while defenses are down to eliminate Vittoria Vici, the grandmother of Filthalbor Vici, the Sightflod, to ensure the Dwemer way of life never meets its untimely demise. During his time jumping to and fro, Filthalbor accidentally leaves a portal open in the distant past, and the ancient Dwemer are well aware of the civil war and the opportunity presented at the Vici wedding. It is through this portal which the ancient Dwemer drop Mazal in the time warp, to rip through the continuum and find herself waking up in handcuffs in the back of a prisoner cart in modern-day Skyrim. Due to the violent transport of time jumping, upon awakening, Mazal has little recollection of who or what she is. She is just certain that this current fleshy form is not her natural state. The sparks snapping at her fingertips do, however, tingle with a certain degree of familiarity. After escaping the dragon attack on Helgen, Mazal feels an almost magnetic pull towards very specific settlements, the ancient Dwemer underground fortifications of old. While in Dwemer ruins, she and a follower exterminate the pesky remaining Falmer and carry out as many precious deep folk artifacts that 4 arms can handle. As more Dwemer pieces are collected, Mazal's foggy memory caused by the time warp starts to clear as her current purpose in Skyrim comes to light. When she dons her true, ethereal, robotic skin in the form of enchanted dwarven armor, she learns to control the violent electric discharge coursing through her circuits in the form of shock spells, Lightning Bolt and Thunderbolt being her most deadly of attacks. Acquisition of all known Daedric artifacts, all known Dragon Priest masks, and all known named ancient Dwemer artifacts including Keening, Sunder, Wraithguard, the Ethereal Staff, Volendrung, the Black Bow of Fate, and the Visage of Mazund is the only way Mazal can gain enough questing experience to strengthen her drive to best her foes. Until her creation skills are powerful enough to enhance her true ethereal robotic skin to surpass them, Mazal will wear the Archmage's robes while fine-tuning her crafts of smithing, alchemy, and enchanting. Eventually, she will move into her true ethereal robotic skin when the dwarven armor is enchanted with powerful spells of magica regeneration and electrical destruction. Mazal must train her deadly arts until she is at least a level 50 according to modern Skyrim arcane masters, and obtain all pertinent quest items before attempting to eliminate Thilthalbor's ancestor, Vittoria Vici. Mazal has specific interest in Dwemer settlements only, and will actively avoid discovering all other locations unless sent there via quest, to let the world unfold in a Dwemer-centric way. She will use the Archmage's robes until she is powerful enough to craft her true ethereal robotic skin into something better. She will use shock destruction magica spells to represent her robotic electric discharge, powered by her true ethereal robotic skin, her true ethereal robotic gasket, and the true ethereal robotic circuit, known as the true ethereal robotic trinity. Mazal has stationed her headquarters in the heart of Dwemer country, at the Helyarchen Hall, for easy access to Deep Folk entry point at the Tower of Mazark. There she is currently setting up a smithing, enchanting, and alchemy operation, and a storage and research facility for all her Dwemer inquiries. Through her many adventures, Mazal hears whispers on the breeze and stories written in the bark of trees of a mysterious man named Frank. She feels him in the grass beneath her feet and the water through which she swims. It is as if Skyrim is trying to tell her something. Is he a lover? Is he a fighter? Friend or foe? What connection does he have to this whole story? After Mazal completes her quest, she must find the elusive character of Frank to discover his role in this adventure. Will Mazal have the power to overcome her obstacles, discover her true mission, and best her ultimate foes? Will she be able to eliminate Vittoria Vici at her weakest moment, therefore saving the Dwemer race from epic annihilation? Will she be able to acquire all the sacred ancient Dwemer, Daedric, and Dragon Priest artifacts to bring her dissidents to their knees? Will she find the mysterious Frank? Stay tuned to the adventures of Mazal as our story delves deeper into the mystery of the disappearing Dwemer and the Zeitflod.
Damn.
I hope that everyone is having a great playthrough. Sign up for the A Skyrim Addict podcast Facebook group, check in with your characters, and happy Skyrimming.
I should wait till things are done before I interrupt. That was seriously in depth. I like that. That's like super duper backstory. I wish I had the time to do that. Oh, that would be amazing. Well, thank you, Andrew. I cannot wait to hear the continuing adventures and if she finds Frank. I believe it was a she, if I'm correct. I currently have a 6-year-old running around behind me, so that can be a bit distracting at times. All right, so I got to get out of here because I got to go bowling. Join the, if you want. We have tons and tons of discussion going on in the Facebook group every single day about pretty much everything Elder Scrolls related. Some ESO talk, some Skyrim talk, some whatever comes up. Some brewing talk, as a matter of fact. Other things like that. You can do that. Go to Facebook, search a Skyrim Addict podcast. Also, If you could leave a review, that would be amazing. I appreciate anyone who does. I appreciate anyone who doesn't, because I'm lazy too. So, no, I'm just. But yeah, if you could do that, that would be awesome. If not, it's okay too. And what else? Next time, hopefully, I'll get some Skyrim in soon. Anybody who wants to send in any their thoughts on how they've been doing on ESO, please do. I'd love to hear that. Since I'm not going to get to play until the console comes out, other than what I played via the beta. So, anybody wants to send in anything about that, their feelings so far, how it's been going, would love to hear that. That would be awesome. Otherwise, I will continue on in Skyrim until the day that I acquire ESO and the Xbox One. All right, everyone. I am out of here. And, you know what I should do? I should probably find GarageBand so I can stop it later.